Evening. And this is on. My name's Chris, and I want to welcome everybody to our transition ceremony. I want to say thank you to the participants for working so hard to get everything ready tonight. If we could give them a big round of applause. And I'd like to thank our staff for all of their hard work. We can say thank you. And then just wanted to thank any of our board of directors, board of trustees that are here. If you're on either of our boards, if you could stand so we can acknowledge your support and service. And want to thank everybody that's joining on YouTube there, and really excited. It's been since July on the ceremony, so we're got a lot of ceremony spirit that's been pent up. Glad that you're here, and I'm going to turn it over to Trace.
Crowd is packed in here. It's great to see everyone's smiles. We're here for a wonderful celebration of 4 ladies who have completed the task of completing our long-term recovery program. In recognition of that accomplishment. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. Let me get my friend. My name is Tracy Freeman Hines. I'm the Director of Recovery Services here at the Women's Campus, alumni number 110. So what these ladies will be receiving tonight is a medallion that says Healing Transitions of Raleigh on one side, and on the other side, I am responsible one day at a time. Before we get started with introducing our alumni tonight, I would like to take the time to invite all of you, if you haven't already done so, to become a change maker. A change maker provides a unique opportunity to financially support a man or a woman in getting into recovery. As you know, our services are free to participants. However, there's a lot that goes into making sure that our participants get what they need for recovery. It costs $55 to provide one day of service to a participant seeking recovery, and becoming a change maker helps Healing Transitions carry out our mission of providing services to those who need it when they need it. We have a table out in the front lobby. I invite you after the ceremony to please stop by, get you something to drink, some cookies, and talk to those ladies at the table to see how you become, how you can be able to make a difference in somebody's life. So we'll go ahead and get started. Our first alumni that we would like to recognize is Miss Marie Catton. Marie first engaged in services with us on May 4th, 2022. Marie had a smooth path through our program, reaching CPR 1 on June 21st, 2022, and CPR 2 on February 15th, 2023. While in CPR 1 and CPR 2, Marie was addressed on attitudes and behaviors such as inappropriate comment, right? I don't get that one. Not following community guidelines, not being a sister's keeper, and breaking commitment. She received suggestions from her peers such as 1,000 words, not my monkey, not my circus, a 30-day sponsor log, 1,000 words, letting go and letting God, and a goodbye letter to alcohol. Marie completed a service commitment in our planning room as a peer mentor. And while engaged in our program, Marie attended a total of 527 12-step meetings and was engaged in our program a total of 496 days. Please help me welcome Healing Transitions alumni, number 333.
It doesn't help that I just got contacts and still experiencing double vision, so y'all are multiplied in here. My name is Marie, I'm an alcoholic. My Friday date is April 15th of 22. 19 months ago, I saw no way out of it. I never would have dreamed that I'd be standing here celebrating such a personal accomplishment. I became a vessel to my addiction at the age of 17. Terrified. I'm gonna have my continued trauma after this. I became a vessel to my addiction at the age of 17 through peer pressure. I was a blackout drinker from the very first drink. I don't remember a lot of my story until the latter years. I do, however, know that I was alone in my own skin. At one point, suicide seemed to be the only answer to suffering. There were so many moments that I thought with myself, and it was all just because it just became too unbearable. I wanted to quit so many times, and I had tried, but it just had such a strong hold on me. I remember one time I took an 8x10 to the liquor store and asked them to hang it up with the caption, "Don't sell to this girl." And I didn't know it until the next day when I went back to get liquor, and they told me about it. I battled my addiction for 35 years. 2018, my husband died unexpectedly. That, of course, took a hard toll on me. I couldn't be alone, so I moved in with my dad and my mom, and I stayed sober for 1 year, except for that one night. In that time, I got a job, I bought a car, and in 2019, I bought a house. I wasn't working a program or attending meetings. I went right back to my well-known spree, and within 2 years, lost it all again. Living to use and using to live became very real to me. It got so bad I had to drink just to avoid seizures. And I honestly believe that I had to drink to stay alive. My body and my mind, it was just my brain was so dependent on alcohol. And when I speak of losing it all, I'm not speaking of material things. I'm talking about self-respect, self-love, you know, the family and the friends and all that stuff that makes up a person, the important stuff. At the age of 54, I moved in yet again with mom and dad. No promise it's the last time. Won't do it again. That's it, no more. They gave me an ultimatum when they said it's either rehab or the streets. And what I found out later in this program, I wish Gina was here. They said to me, "You can't live here." She used to say that all the time at B&G. So off to HC I came. I was tired and I wanted out from under the bottle. I sat still, I listened, I worked what was suggested. I got a sponsor, I worked the steps. The promises tell us that we'll never regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it. I like to call it wins to wisdom, growing from hardships and playing the tape through. Bill Wilson said, "You can't think your way into right action, but you can act your way into right thinking." Right. Yes, continue to take, the 10th step, that's where it comes in for me. The 10th step, continue to take personal inventory. When I was wrong, I promptly admitted it. 10th step for me is about self-awareness and humility. It's about proving to myself that I can control my actions and no longer under the weight of my old habits. It teaches me that no matter how others may seem, it's up to me to be responsible and not act in a way that could harm me or others. It takes consistency to admit my wrongs, not just once, but for a lifetime. It's about doing the next right thing and being kind to others and never having to say I'm sorry. I know that when I allow my God to run the show, I'm in much better hands. Steps 1 through 2 and 3 helps with our personal, with our relationships with ourselves. Steps 4, 5, and 6 helps with the relationship of, steps 1, 2, and 3, my relationship with my higher power. Steps 4, 5, and 6, the relationship with myself. Steps 7, 8, and 9. I can't do you all here. 7, you be here because I got this from you. 7, 8, and 9 helps me with my relationships with those I've hurt. And 10, 11, and 12 continues to help me with my relationship and my recovery. From working these steps today, I'm a better daughter, sister, friend, and peer. I'm dependable, employable, and I'm very aware that if it's imperative that I do not lose sight of myself, or I'll lose it all again if I make it back, you know. I'd like to thank HT for a safe place to learn and grow. I'd like to thank Ms. Tracy, Kathy, Gina, Martin, and Casey House for all of the heartfelt talks and for pushing me to believe in myself. I'd like to thank Crystal Taylor. It was her voice on the other end of the phone when I decided to call HT, and her compassion and empathy and her humor made it that much easier for me to come here and facilitate classes the way that you did. The way that you just opened my eyes and let me put myself into it and understand it, you know. And with that, I carried that into the way I facilitated classes, and there's nothing like seeing the light turn. So thank you. And I'd like to thank for all my friends who have gone through this program with me, because Lord knows they put up some craziness from me. And I'd like to thank everyone who set up tonight, and for the CTR2s who have to clean up, because I get it, trust me. Yeah. My advice for my younger sisters would be open your minds, be honest with yourselves, be vulnerable. The only way to get through it is to go through it. Be accepting of situations, and more importantly, with others and where they are in their journey. Be grateful. Not everyone has made it this far to experience the safety within these walls. And lastly, work the 10th step. It is a game changer. It truly is. My addiction began with peer pressure, but my recovery began and continues with peer support. Yeah.
All right, so our next alumni we would like to recognize was first engaged in services back in April of 2021, where she stayed until she got into CPR. It is throwback. So she came, she got to CPR 1 and then left in July of 2021. She returned to our program on September 6, 2022, which we're glad she did. She also had a smooth path through our program, reaching CPR 1 on October 17, 2022, and finally CPR 2 on May 19, 2023. Shantae completed a kitchen trainee commitment while in CPR 1 and a service commitment in our child and family department with Ms. Courtney. While engaged in our program, Shantae was addressed on attitudes and behaviors such as inconsideration 3 times, not being a sister's keeper, not following community guidelines 3 times, job irresponsibility, and not following staff suggestions. She received suggestions from her peers such as 500 words on healthy boundaries, 1,000 words, my past does not define me, and 1,000 words on self-stigma. While engaged in the program, Shantae attended a total of 551 12-step meetings and was here in our program a total of 362 days. Please help me welcome Healing Transition.
My sponsor just reminded me when I came in this building, every time I would sit in these chairs and go to one of these ceremonies, I'm like, you know what, that's gonna be me. Yeah. Today it is. Wow, I can't believe this is an honor. So I'm gonna stick to the script because I'm so nervous, right? Like Ms. Tracy said, this is my second go around. This ain't even a shirt. I guess God's gonna do something else. I came here before and I wanted to quit. That was my whole intent. I'm doing it for my kids, everybody but me. It didn't last. I left 2 o'clock in the morning. They called me down to detox and say, hey, we need you to come take a urine test. I'm saying to myself, they got me messed up. 2 o'clock in the morning, they gonna do this? No. If I was doing the right thing, I would have had no problem taking that test. So I ended up leaving. But everything this program taught me within that 4 months, when I went back home, it came to reality. I probably was back to use within a week. And you can't unlearn what you have learned. And it was chaos. I couldn't show up for work. I couldn't take care of my responsibilities. I wasn't there for my kids. I wasn't even there for myself. And so one night I was out for a year. And so one night I was home and it was time to go back to work. I was on my well-known spree. And anything good that comes to my brain is God. And for some reason, he said, turn to the citizenship ceremony. I turned to it, and I'm seeing all the people that I was in a program with standing up here. And finally, I'm stuck in my house with just me and my tools of destruction because I have pushed everybody away. Everybody that tried to help me, I pushed them away. So I was fighting myself, fighting them, because I didn't have a problem. And so I was turning, I'm watching the ceremony, and I'm like, literally with my tools of destruction, God, don't you see me? You forgot about me. That's supposed to be me. And literally, it's like, I don't know where he was, but he came right into my living room and said, hey, I see you, and yes, I understand, I got a plan. And I was like, well, God, what about my house? What about this? What about this? He said, honey, I control the whole universe, including you. I got a plan. So it just gave me a sense of relief that day. And so normally when my kids about to come home from school, you know, I would go and get dressed and put on my uniform, start dinner like I did at work. That day I didn't do it. I didn't shower. I didn't do nothing. The house looked a mess. When my situationship came in the house, he was like, hey, you go to work today? Nope. You pay the house payment today? Nope. You get high today? Yup. And look, I had that guilt shape of remorse. I got on my couch and I laid down and he had the door, but he went outside. I just knew the door was gonna shut. Oh, he's gone. Matter of fact, it took him too long. I got up and shut the door. And so he came back in. He was like, you ate today? Nope. He was like, hey, you had a bath? Nope. So he said, get up, take a shower. Come on, let's go to the grocery store. Okay, we were supposed to come, that was on a Friday. We were supposed to come on Sunday. I called, Jessica was in detox, she answered that phone, and that was like a voice, so calming. Thank you, Jessica. And I was like, hey, this is Shantae. She said, yeah, I remember you. I said, hey, I need to come back there. She said, well, the doors are always open. When are you coming? And she wouldn't hang up the phone until she got a date. I said, man, I'll be there Monday. And so what happened was, after everybody is calm, I feel like I done got away, and you know, I done got some sleep. I said, oh man, that disease got to talking. Oh, we ain't going on Sunday. We ain't going on Monday. I still got some money in the bank. We gonna wait until that's gone. I'm telling you, that obsession was so powerful. My daughter's out there packing my clothes. He's going gas up the car. They think he's going. I went under the sink and found some more tools. And you know, I don't know if you know about addiction, but you go when you try that thing one more time. And it was like God said enough was enough. The thing fell on the ground and he knocked on the door. I'm trying to kick it to cut my foot. When the Destructo came in there, I was a mess. I was a mess. Her name was Destructo. So when I entered these doors, Miss Tracy and them didn't even know I was here. I was in the meditation, and I must have got to the planning room that I was here. They were like, what is she doing here? So Miss Tracy calls me down to the planning room. I'm like, wow, I just got here. She said, well, we didn't get here. I said, I came in on Sunday. She said, well, we don't have a bed open for you. She said, well, I said, so what do you do? She said, well, I tell you what, you can stay and be engaged with everything. She said, but at 4 o'clock, if you don't have a bed, you're gonna have to use our overnight services. I said, oh God, you know we're not gonna do that. I don't know nothing about Raleigh. And so I just prayed to God, and literally at 4 o'clock on the dot, Miss Tracy came and she said, hey, we got a bed. So Trillium, I thank you. And since I've been here for that year, I value that bed because I'm telling you, you can go to sleep in that bed. But before nightfall, that bed might not be yours anymore. I done put a mat and slept in this room, you know. So I'm just grateful on today. Today, it's amazing. Today, I am a mother, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a friend, I'm employable. This addict like me that stayed over 5 figures in 120 days, that ain't nothing but God. So when life gets tough or hard, I don't try to run the show. I don't do it because it's too much for me. What I do is I talk to God. I say, hey, what we're gonna do? I mean, I got another job interview. I just got another job. Like God is moving. I'm at my highest peak. Like he's amazing. I'm telling you, and my suggestion for you, if you hear, God don't make no mistakes. I'm gonna tell you, like some staff people told me, take it easy, give yourself a chance. Miss Potato, you know what I'm saying? She gave me my first writing when I was here. Messy bed, messy life. She told me to write it 1,000. When I sat down and put that thing in the writing, forget the bed. I had to go back about my messy life. I had to go and find. I said, look, I gave you 3,000. Cause that's how messy my life was. But today it's amazing. My kids came, they couldn't be here tonight. I love y'all, I know y'all watching. They came and surprised me last weekend. I'm staying at Miss Cassandra's house, the sober living. It's amazing. Thank you, Miss Cassandra. And this person took my kids out to eat, took my children to Walmart, spent money, not trying to get nothing back in return. Like, look, son, this is for me not being there. This is for those broken promises. This is for me never being able to follow through. It's yours. I can make amends today. I can own my part. My sponsor took me through the 12 steps, and that for me was what gave me that total cycle change. Today I have inspiration. I have dreams, morals, goals. Like, I'm back. You know what I'm saying? I know in order to keep that, I must stay engaged with the AA. I must stay connected. Thank you, Miss Tracy. I mean, Miss Kathy, Miss Casey House, she done taught me how to save money. I was scared to leave. She pushed me on out, but it's the best thing. It's time. She said, you have done everything I have suggested. It's time to go. So I'm the same Michelle working in the kitchen. I was just telling my friend that brought me tonight. She said, thank you for her. Like, God has put a lot of angels in my life, no matter where I go. And today I could be a testimony, and I'm not ashamed of my past. I can tell everybody at work, everybody knows. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know, because my goal is to help the next, the sick, that's embarrassed and don't know how to come out. You know what I'm saying? We can recover. And for that, I'm thankful.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kathy Worley, and I'm planning activity lead for the women's campus, and I'm also the field shipper number 302. I would like to recognize is Miss Renee. All right. Okay, in our program on July 2022 and made it the CTR1 on September the 2nd, 2022. On October 24th, 2022, due to community suggestions, Renee was voted to overnight for some concerning attitudes of behavior. The one thing that we can say about Renee is that she was persistent and she never gave up. Renee completed her overnight contract and suggestions and made it back to Net 1 on October 28th of 2022. She returned back to CTR 1 on November the 7th of 2022, and finally CTR 2 on April the 12th of 2023. While in these parts of the program, Renee was addressed on attitudes and behaviors such as the bad attitude, 5 times, dishonesty, 4 times, inconsideration, and entitlement. She received suggestions from her peers such as 5,000 words on why am I here, 1K on words, where has dishonesty gotten me in the past, 2K, where is my anger coming from, another 1,000 on my willingness to change, another 1,000 on what does it mean to surrender, and 500 words on the difference between reacting versus responding. Renee did a partial commitment in the planning room and completed a service commitment working in the women's shopping shelter with Mercedes Davis. While engaged in the program, Renee attended a total of 480 12-step meetings and was engaged in the program a total of 451 days. Please help me welcome Healing Transitions alumni. I swear that picture was not me. That 5,000 words on why am I here was so important.
Because honestly, before I got those words, I didn't know why I was here. I just know I kept hitting dead end after dead end, and at the time, I didn't think it was God doing that. I felt like I was being punished. So first and foremost, I want to give credit where it's due. Thank you, Healing Transitions, for sheltering me when I had no one and nowhere else to turn to. Thank you for feeding me 3 meals a day and clothing me, because when I came here, I was low on my weight and only had the clothes on my back. This place is a blessing in disguise and has helped so many people like myself. Before I came to Healing Transitions, I was bouncing from house to house, trailer to trailer, shelter to shelter, until I hit a dead end and was left with no options but to sleep in my car. I was hopping from job to job, meaning I couldn't hold a job because of my attitudes and behaviors. I couldn't hold a job because I stopped caring about trying to build the life I wanted to just get high as long as I could, not to feel the pain inside and the pain that I was causing others. Then that's all that mattered. I stumbled across HT by accident. A trip and a quick type in my GPS directed me here. And until this day, I'm still amazed because that was nothing but God. The first person that I seen that day when my GPS glitched was Miss Alyssa. She used to work in detox, and I was on a well-known sprint at that time. I thought I was going to my dad's house in the country, far away from society, and I ended up in y'all front door. I totally appreciate everyone in this process. God did this for me. He did what I couldn't do for myself. And I will forever be grateful for that part of my journey. Through my time here in the program, staff got on my nerves and I got on their nerves. Participants got on my nerves and I got on their nerves. I gave everybody in this building a run for their money. But you know what? I wouldn't have changed a thing. I had to realize that if more than one person sees something in me that needed to be fixed, then everyone else was not the problem. I was. I had to bite down on my pride and ego and let others help me because I obviously had not been doing a good job helping myself. What made me stay in this building was the love I felt from strangers that I never felt from the outside. I stayed because that gift of desperation coming in and out of detox, going back out in the same horrible living situation, and continuing to hurt myself no longer served me. I stayed because I wanted to finish something. I stayed because I seen hope in many other women who had gone through the program and did not give up. What helped me most in this program was learning structure, learning how to stop lying to people to get what I wanted, the tough love, the kind love, seeing women that work here carry themselves with integrity, ambition, empathy, and compassion. It's a lot of members, staff members in here that I have to thank. So I'm gonna put my paper down for a second. As far as the whole building has helped me in some type of way. Miss Teresa and Chef Crystal, I owe y'all the biggest apology. I mean, I came through that kitchen like a hurricane. I did not show up to work on time. I did not want to hear the rules and regulations. She wanted the radio down. I wanted it up. And I'm so sorry for that. But I learned to start listening to others because my way is not the best way. Also, I think Miss Tracy, Miss Kathy. It was plenty of days when I curled up in my bed and I cried. I cried a lot. And them two women right there, they would not let me live it up. They would come right in there and tell me to suck it on up. It's gonna be all right. Just don't give up. And there's a lot of times that I cried my lashes off. And Miss Tracy would come in there and be like, now look, at your lash falling out. Go ahead and take it off. Miss Cassandra, thank you so much. You've held me accountable at times where I needed it most. You did not let me go through this program blindsided. You told me what it was at the end of the day. Eleanor, my friend, You have been one of those people that I have leaned on through the program. Of course, there's a lot of staff in here that I did not like so much. But towards the end, like y'all have been the best people in my life. Jessica, I love you too. We did not see eye to eye, but that's okay. And of course, Miss Casey House. That lady right there, her job is probably one of the jobs that I definitely look at, and I'm like, I don't know how she does it, because she's the one that has to see us before we actually leave. So she could see through my bullshit before I left out. And she was not gonna let me leave. Still acting the same way. So I appreciate you for that. And then last but not least, Miss Mercedes, I don't know where you at. Big dog. I love it so much because she was the first person when we come into the shelter that I got to experience. She has held me accountable on so many occasions, and she was the first person to ever give me words. I was so upset about the words, but she also was the first person that allowed me to come to her and openly say, I have a resentment with you. And she was okay with that. I appreciate her because in times when I really needed her in this program, she was there. So thank everybody, every single last one of y'all, even my sisters that's been through the program with me. I love y'all to death. For the newcomers, do not give up. If I can do it and stay persistent and keep going and not give up, be sent back, leave, come back, whatever the case may be. As long as you show that you're not going to give up, that's all that matters. Thanks so much. All right. The last one died, it was much recognized, and also has some back and forth. It's emotional. Okay. For showing health resources and entered Met one on April 25th of 2022. She reached CPR 1 on June 7th of 2022 and was moved out of the program for attitudes and behaviors on September 12th of 2022. Ladies was able to complete her contract and return to the program on October 3rd, 2022, and once again moved out of the program on November 14th. Again, let's stay engaged, completed her contract and re-engaged with the program on November 21st, 2022. And once again, moved out of the program for March 20th, 2023, shortly after making it to CTR2. Lex, of course, with pushing, stayed engaged with us, completed her suggestions, and returned back to CTR2, and finally reaching alumni status on their business.
stressful attitudes and behaviors such as irresponsibility, not following community process, not following community guidelines, and inappropriate behavior, inappropriate relationship, not turning into and not making some calls. Thanks for the suggested writings and actions such as 1K. If I rush to get it, I will rush to lose it. A 30-day sponsor log, a trust walk with 15 members of her community, 1,000 words on walls, keep the good out, and a 2-page synopsis on understanding my self-will. While in the program, Lex attended a total of 362 12-step meetings and was engaged with us a total of 570 days. Please help me welcome over.
You got it. First. Right. I want to give honor to God. And I'd like to thank, Miss Kathy personally, Miss Tracy, and Miss Casey House for all the good direction that you guys given me on my journey. Love you. By the will of God, I've been sober for 1.5 years. And it was hard. There was a lot of denial, a lot of blaming it on others, and a lot of trying to feel sure. It was definitely years of being oblivious to the fact that my addiction solely came from me. It was my choice to abuse drugs. And by me making that decision hurt not only me, but the people that love me the most. My mom, my dad, my brothers and sisters. And for so long, I allowed the guilt that I had from making the choices and decisions I made kept me away from things that were most important to me. I used to love to dance. I like to sing, but dancing was my gift. I allowed my addiction to take everything from me, to break me down, take my self-worth. I used to walk around with my head down, ashamed of who I let myself become. But then I never understood why I could not stop. I went to other rehabs, 3 to 7 days, 30 days for the most part. But I get back out and do the same thing. I became angry with God and myself and wanted to just end it all. I wanted to stop using. I was tired, but I just didn't know how death can put an end to this was about. So I made several attempts to OD, trying to commit suicide, kill myself, but was never successful. And today I see why.
For putting the work into my recovery, into the program has totally changed my life. I remember that hopeless person in that picture, who knew hope but couldn't see it for myself. I was scared to death to change because that person had become who I was. So when I got here, I was desperate, but just wasn't willing or ready to put in the work. This place ain't about chilling and relaxing. This ain't it. Or to get time clean. It's about putting in the work, working on yourself and those attitudes and behaviors. Cause believe you me, they would test the hell out of them here. And I'm so glad that they did because it saved my life. Today, I am a productive citizen in this city. I'm no longer a street walker running the streets. I am a working woman. I'm able to be present in my family's lives. I'm a sister, I'm an auntie, and I can be a real friend today. And show what I can give you. And it's because of the healing transitions and a great sponsor that walked me through my recovery process in 12 steps. My best piece of advice that I could give to all of the women in this program is don't ever let anyone label you. You are someone's daughter, you're someone's sister, or mother. Come on. Figure out who you are and define yourself. Don't be ashamed of your past, use it.
All right.
Yeah. Always remember where you came from and use it to help others. Yeah, if you're here, it's for a reason. And to my fellow civil checkers, the true test starts right now. Our lives are under the accountability of ourselves.
Yeah.
Be proud of what we accomplished on today. And don't let this be the last. Thank you.
Congratulations, ladies. I love each and every one of y'all. My name is Stacey House. Tonight, what I get to do tonight is I get to acknowledge the ladies that have made it to the final portion of our program, CPR2. What this means is these ladies have done the 28 group sessions of recovery dynamics. They're engaged with, Alcoholics Anonymous fellowship. They're working a commitment in our facility to give back. And we're gonna start working on the transition process. So we want to acknowledge all the hard work that they've done. What they get tonight is a copy of their detox picture, so they'll never forget. We've seen a couple of those today. I remember that. We're also going to get a bracelet, and it says she believes she could, so she did. And last but not least, they're gonna get one marble. Don't try to get two ladies. It's a long-standing tradition that we lost all of our marbles while we're out there, so we get to get one back tonight, okay? So the first lady that I would like to acknowledge is Katie Crane. Next up, we have Katie Weber. Miss Christine Hunt. Elliot Shea. Next up, we have Morgan Garfield. Christina Smith. All these ladies in those round of applause.
Hey guys, my name is Amy Garcia. I am the detox coordinator at our women's campus. So it is with a deep sense of gratitude and pride that I stand before you guys this evening to recognize 2 members of our RES team for 1 year of service to Healing Transition. When these ladies joined our team, we knew we were gaining team members with talent. Little did we know how much both of these women would exceed our expectations. Their passion and dedication, in addition to their unwavering commitment to our mission, has not only shaped the experiences of our clients, but has also had a profound influence on the culture of the RES team. Eleanor. Join the RES team. Healing Transitions on August 9th, 2022. Since then, she has consistently demonstrated a solid example of what recovery looks like to our ladies. You will often find Eleanor going above and beyond to make everyone who comes through our doors feel comfortable and welcome. Eleanor keeps a positive attitude always, and for those who don't for those who don't know any better, she makes this job look easy. This 1-year milestone is not only a testament to her capabilities as a team player and a staff member, but to the impact that she leaves on everyone she crosses paths with. Eleanor, we are so lucky to have you on our team, and we look forward to many more milestones.
Yeah. Hey, y'all, my name's Eleanor, ship number 303. Wow, it's been over a year and that's crazy. Time flies here. So my journey here started through detox as well. She was really tired. I've had the opportunity to see the growth in all these alumni this evening, and the CTR2s getting their marbles back. It's been an honor to see y'all grow, and I love each and every one of you. And I'm so proud that I got to be a part of your journey here. This job has given me more than I could ever ask for. It's hard, but it's also one of those things that I carry a piece of each and every one of you every day, you know, and being able to trade my story, like Lex was saying, and giving it back and making it count and, you know, helping the next woman is something that I wake up and do every day. This place saved my life. And it's just an honor to be able to be there for the woman coming through detox, or the Met one who is struggling, not being able to talk to their kids or their family. Just being able to be in their shoes and like just reassure them that no matter what, as long as you keep doing the next right thing, God will be there for you. So that being said, I thank each and every one of you, Miss Tracy, Kathy, Chef Crystal, and Teresa. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Amanda, for the opportunity that I have today. Thank you.
Joined the RDS team on September 29th, 2022. In this challenging and often emotionally charged role, Kim has consistently demonstrated patience, understanding, and kindness to each woman who walks through our doors. Over the last year, we have watched Kim grow and become a solid support system for the ladies that we serve. You will often catch Kim empathetically listening to story after story, showing each and every woman her undivided attention, giving each of them a voice to sounding board. In this field, it is the small things that make the biggest impact. Kim is a wonderful demonstration of this. Thank you so much. I love you all. I really do.
make this worth this, every bit of it. It doesn't matter how hard the day gets, y'all are there. You make it every bit worth it. I'm so grateful to be able to serve you ladies and do whatever I can. I appreciate each and every one of you. Each one of you holds a piece of my heart, and I love you dearly. Well, thank you.
I'm Winnie White, I'm the development director, for Healing Transitions, and I've been asked to welcome the alumni of year by year, so you can recognize you. We're gonna start with alumni 2001. Anybody in the house? Through 2005. 2005 to 2010. To 12. Seventeen. 22. From. All right.